You never know what's flying around out there. Time now, 6 a.m., everyone. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampur. And you see Evan smiling right here. Well, he is live at our Day to Donate drive-through food drive. So we're going to check in with you, Evan, in just a moment. First, we do want to get to our top headlines here. So this morning, the emotional battle between renters and property owners in Chula Vista, it moves on, but without a resolution.
Yeah, while you were sleeping here, council members decided to wait to vote on an ordinance that would give renters more protection. CBS 8's Anna Laurel live in Chula Vista now with a decision that was made right before midnight. And there was like 5 hours of public comment with this, Anna.
That's right, and people wanted to keep going. They have more to say right now if we were to ask them. This is a highly contentious issue between landlords and tenants here in Chula Vista. In fact, it started long before last night's meeting. Check this out.
Human right, fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right.
Under this new ordinance, in most cases, landlords would have to give 60 days notice to renters to vacate and provide relocation assistance. That assistance would be equivalent to 2 months of fair market rent or 3 months for elderly or disabled tenants. Also, if a property is taken off the market but then offered again within 2 years, under this ordinance, the displaced tenant would have first dibs on that same unit. Property owners tell us they hate this proposal. At last night's meeting, they said it punishes mom-and-pop property owners, and both sides spent 5 hours telling City Council exactly how they felt.
And it's all in order to make more profit. The regulations that we're proposing are to make sure that this is not taken advantage of.
I think this is an overreach.
Now, some property owners are threatening legal action if it passes, and if passed, property owners could be targeted with fines of up to $1,000 or up to 6 months in jail for violating the ordinance. And again, this is for tenants who are getting kicked out of their unit by no fault of their own. There are 33,000 rental housing units in Chula Vista, so this has a huge impact. The ordinance says it does not affect single-family houses, but critics of it say, no, there's language in there that will affect it. Now, the mayor of Chula Vista, she supports it. City Council last night, though, said, we're not going to make a decision tonight. We got a lot to think about here, and they do. They're going to talk about it again and possibly vote at their normal, regularly scheduled July 12th meeting. Of course, we'll be there. Live in Chula Vista for you this morning, I'm Anna Laurel with CBS 8. Guys.
All right, Anna, thank you for that update. And this morning, gas prices, yes, another record high. They just keep on going up. The state's average for a price of gallon of regular gas, $6.05. You see it right here. It is the most expensive gas in the country. The price in San Diego also increased overnight to $6.02. It is just 1/10 of a cent from the local record that was set back on March 29th. So, yeah, $6.02 here in San Diego. Analysts said J.P. Morgan warned $6 or more could be the national average by August. AAA reports the national average is already at a record high at $4.52 a gallon. Again, that's nationwide. Obviously, we pay a lot more here, right? Remember, we're working for you to help you find the lowest gas prices and to save you money. Text the word gas to 858-571-8888 for our map with the best gas prices around the county right now. And we know a lot of you are amped up about high utility bills. This morning, SDG&E has a new plan to charge you even more. That plan wants to raise already high rates starting in the year 2024, which means you could see your bill going up more than $18 a month. An SDG&E executive tells us the hike is needed to ensure reliable and cleaner energy in the future.
We need to keep investing in this grid to make sure it's reliable, it's safe, and that it can meet all of these technologies that customers are going to want to use.
Some of those investments include adding more electric vehicle charging stations and putting power lines underground to ensure fire safety. SDG&E says it understands the frustrations in customers paying more.
It's a balance. You know, we're trying to find, you know, what is that sweet spot to make sure that, you know, when the underground electric circuits are reliable and people can count on their electricity being on.
The rate hikes have not been approved. The California Public Utilities Commission is expected to hold public hearings on the proposal in the coming weeks, and historically those two have been in agreement on these.
Now this morning, the man accused in the deadly shooting at the church in Orange County facing 10 felony counts. The murder charge includes enhancements of lying in wait and the personal use of a firearm. If convicted as charged, he could be eligible to face the death penalty. The suspect is accused of killing one man and hurting 5 others inside a Taiwanese church in Laguna Woods on Sunday. Investigators say the Chinese immigrant's attack was motivated by hate for Taiwan. President Biden says the mass shooting in Buffalo, New York was an act of domestic terrorism. The president and first lady, you see them there visiting the crime scene yesterday, paying their respects to the victims. 10 people died in that attack in a predominantly black neighborhood.
What happened here is simple and straightforward: terrorism. White supremacy is a poison.
CBS News is now learning the 18-year-old suspect may have considered other targets, including schools and stores in Buffalo, as well as a Hasidic Jewish community in New Jersey. He's pleaded not guilty now to first-degree murder charges. Today, one of the people accused in a murder in Lincoln Park here locally expected to make their first court appearance. 22-year-old Alex Galvan is charged with murder now. Police say this started as an argument between neighbors early Saturday morning. The victim was shot, her 12-year-old son was hit in the leg, and her husband was assaulted. A second man was also arrested in that. Also in court today this morning, the 19-year-old who police say was behind the wheel in that fatal crash at Torrey Pines State Beach. Christopher Schmidl is accused of driving drunk, killing 2 of his passengers on April 25th. 2 teenage passengers were killed. Schmidl and 2 other teen passengers were hurt in that.
This morning, the House is expected to vote on a bill addressing the baby formula shortage. This bill would grant emergency authority to the federal nutrition program known as WIC to help with the purchase of formula. Meantime, House Democrats are also proposing $28 million in emergency funding for the FDA to restore formula supply and increase FDA staffing. Lawmakers in both parties are also calling on President Biden to use the Defense Production Act to compel other companies to help produce formula. The White House says it's one of many options still under consideration. A CDC vaccine advisory committee is getting ready to discuss COVID booster shots for kids ages 5 to 11. The committee is set to meet tomorrow. This comes after the FDA authorized Pfizer's boosters for this age group. The FDA says kids can get their 3rd shot at least 5 months after their 2nd dose, but the final decision will be made by the CDC.
Okay, now we want to check in live with Evan. Oh, Evan, you took your fleece off, I see.
Yes.
Look
Nice
at
and
that,
comfortable out there,
warming up,
buddy.
huh?
Yeah, well, look at the pipes. Oh, it turned into a gun
It's
show
starting
out
to get
there.
a little bit warmer. Hey, you never know what's going to come. That's why you got to come out to the Murphy Canyon Drive Vons. I mean, you don't know what's to come. I'm trying to, I think, segue into the warmer temperatures and usher them in by telling Mother Nature that I'm ready for the warmth. Because it's going to be a warm afternoon. That's the thing. So we're out here at the Vons. We're going to talk about that in a second. But let's talk about first what your forecast looks like. So this is where your current temperatures are at right now. 57 in Del Mar, 59 in San Diego. So again, not too chilly out there. But in some spots, you've got some pockets of colder air. Alpine at 51, Ramona at 54 degrees. Over the next 12 hours, we're going to warm to the upper 60s and even some low 70s as you push farther inland. So it's going to be a warmer one out there across your inland valleys. We've got the sunshine prevailing by the afternoon, but for now, that marine layer well intact. May Gray is joining us right now. So here are your drive times. Driving out the door right now. Hopefully not driving out the door, but walking out the door and then getting into your car. You've got a 67-mile-per-hour commute on the 5 southbound from the 54 to the border. No major crashes or collisions according to CHP. So again, first thing that I want to say is if you join us this morning at our Murphy Canyon Drive location, the Vons out here, you can meet us at our CBS 8 tent. And not only do we have some special goodies, we've got disinfectant, we've got these cool little seeds that you can plant. It's cards that you can plant, and there are seeds in them that grow wildflowers. You can spin the wheel and get some fun prizes. But the thing is, it's not just us out here. We are out here with the San Diego Food Bank, and not only can you come to this location, but you can go to any of their 72 locations, Vons or Albertsons in the county of San Diego. So I want to take you over to some guests that we have. Good morning to both of you. An early start to the day, but it's a worthwhile one. We have Valerie and we have Courtney. Valerie with PNC Bank, the title sponsor for today's Day to Donate and for this huge food drive that is going to help out so many families in San Diego. I mean, what's the importance of you guys being here today?
So the pandemic really took a hit on so many families here in our region. I think it's really important that our neighbors come together to help other neighbors and to help them through this. The food bank feeds over 550,000 people a month, 177,000 of which are children. So it's really important for us to be here and to support the food bank.
Yeah, and I mean, we're out here all morning long. It's super easy to do. You just drive over. You can either do a non-perishable donation or a monetary donation. And Courtney, you were saying that those monetary donations are also super easy just on the pin pad, right?
Yes, at the check stands, when you're checking out on the pin pad, it'll prompt you what you would like to donate. Just select the dollar amount that you would like, and it goes directly to the food bank.
All right, perfect. Easy to do as well. So we'll be out here all morning long. You can come join us at the Murphy Canyon Drive location, or you can go to any of the other locations in San Diego County. You'll see these red bins that you see in front of us here that you can just drop those non-perishables in or make the donation on the pin pad. And again, it is super easy to do. A record number of families being helped out by the San Diego Food Bank, especially during those summer months, Eric and Etta.
We want to see those bins overflowing. Yes. Too much to handle. That would be a good problem to have.
And stop by and say hi to Evan.
Yeah.
All right.
Check
Thanks
out
for
his
that, buddy.
gun show.
Yeah,
Thank you,
right.
Evan. Yes, there
they
you go.
are.